Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of our furry friends with 20 fun facts about what makes dogs happy. You know, those little weirdos who sniff butts and eat their own toots? Yeah, those guys. We're gonna figure out what makes them wag their tails so hard their butts wiggle. Let's get started. Okay, first up, we've got a classic playing fetch. Seriously, is there anything more pure in this world than a dog sprinting after a ball like their life depends on it? Those little legs just churning, ears flapping in the wind, tongues out like a big slobbery smile. It's like their whole world boils down to that one glorious moment when they catch the ball. And the best part? They'll bring it right back to you, tail wagging, ready to do it all over again. It's like a furry, slobbery, perpetual motion machine of joy. Next up, we've got another doggo favorite, going for walks. I mean, let's be real. Who doesn't love a good stroll around the neighborhood? But for dogs, it's like a whole sensory explosion. Every sniff is like reading a newspaper. Every tree trunk is like a community bulletin board. Plus, they get to strut their stuff, mark their territory, and maybe even bark at a squirrel or two. It's exercise. It's mental stimulation. It's an adventure. Just try not to get dragged down the street by an overzealous sniff session. All right, let's talk about belly rubs. Because honestly, is there anything more satisfying than giving a dog a good belly rub? Those little legs go straight up in the air, their tails go thump thump thumping against the floor, and they give you those big trusting eyes that just scream don't ever stop. It's like they're little furry bundles of pure joy and relaxation, and you're the chosen one who gets to unleash it. Just be careful, you might accidentally induce a full-on doggy coma with all that belly rub bliss. Chapter 4, Socializing with Other Dogs. Now, dogs, they're pack animals, which means they're basically hardwired to socialize. Think about it, a good romp at the dog park is like their version of a night out with friends. They get to sniff butts, wrestle, chase each other around, and maybe even share a slobbery tennis ball or two. It's how they make friends, burn off energy, and learn those important doggy social cues. Plus, it's just plain adorable to watch them play. Title treats. Okay, let's be real. Is there anything that makes a dog happier than a tasty treat? I mean, we're not talking about just any old kibble here. We're talking about the good stuff. The smelly, chewy, drool-inducing treats that make their tails wag like windshield wipers on high. It's like a little slice of heaven for them. And let's be honest, those puppy dog eyes begging for just one more are impossible to resist. Chapter 6, Learning New Tricks. You know what they say, a tired dog is a happy dog, and a mentally stimulated dog is even better. Teaching your dog new tricks isn't just about showing off at the park, although let's be real, that's always a plus. It's about challenging their minds, giving them a sense of accomplishment, and strengthening that bond you share. Plus, seeing their little faces light up when they finally get it, priceless. Chapter 7, Car Rides. Okay, for some dogs, car rides are like a religious experience. They stick their heads out the window, ears flapping in the wind, tongues out catching raindrops, or snowflakes, depending on the season. It's like the world is a giant smelly roller coaster in their front row center. Just make sure they're safely secured and be prepared for some drool on the windows. It's all part of the fun. Chapter 8, Playing in Water. All right, let's talk about water because some dogs are basically furry little torpedoes just waiting for a chance to make a splash. Whether it's a pool, a lake, or the ocean, they just can't resist the urge to jump in, paddle around, and maybe even chase after a few waves. Just be prepared for a good shake-off session when they're done and maybe invest in a waterproof dog bed. You know, just in case. Chapter 9, Cuddling with Their Owners. Okay, let's get real for a second. Dogs are basically furry little cuddle monsters, and they live for those moments when they can snuggle up on the couch next to their favorite humans. It's about more than just physical warmth, though. It's about feeling safe, secure, and loved. Plus, let's be honest, those doggy snuggles are basically free therapy. They just make everything better. Chapter 10, Chewing on Toys. Chewing. It's not just for puppies. Dogs of all ages need to gnaw on stuff. And it's not just because they like the taste. Although, let's be real, some dogs will chew on anything. Chewing helps keep their teeth clean. It relieves stress, and it just feels good. Just make sure you're providing them with safe, durable chew toys, because the last thing you want is a hefty vet bill for a chewed-up shoe. Playing tug of war. Tug of war. It's the ultimate test of strength, determination, and who can hold on to a rope the longest. But for dogs, it's more than just a game. It's a way to bond with their owners, burn off energy, and satisfy that primal urge to grab and pull. Just make sure you're playing fair. No, you can't use both hands. And let them win every once in a while. It's good for their ego. Having a routine. You know how some people thrive on routine? Well, dogs are kind of the same way. They like knowing what to expect, when to expect it, and who to expect it from. A consistent routine gives them a sense of security and stability, which makes them feel safe and happy. Plus, it makes your life a whole lot easier when you know exactly when you'll be going for walks, playtime, and those all-important cuddle sessions. Okay, let's be real. Not all dogs are thrilled about getting groomed. Some would rather roll around in the dirt than endure a bath and a haircut. But for many dogs, a good grooming session is like a spa day. They get all the tangles brushed out of their fur, their nails get trimmed, and they might even get a little massage in the process. Plus, they come out smelling like $1,000,000, or at least like a freshly groomed dog, which is basically the same thing. Remember that whole sensory explosion thing we talked about with walks? Well, exploring new places takes that to a whole new level. A new park, a hiking trail, even just a different route around the neighborhood. It's all an adventure for a dog. New sights, new smells, new people, and dogs to meet. It's like their own personal discovery channel. And they're the star. Just make sure you keep them on a leash, unless you're in a designated off-leash area. And be prepared for a very tired pup when you get home. You know how dogs are all about sniffing everything? Well, scent games are basically like taking that obsession and turning it into a fun and mentally stimulating activity. Hide treats or toys around the house or yard, and let your dog use their nose to sniff them out. It's a great way to challenge their minds, keep them entertained, and maybe even tire them out a bit. Because let's be real, a tired dog is a happy dog. Okay, we've all been there. That moment when you crawl into bed after a long day and just melt into the mattress. Well, dogs feel the same way about their beds. A cozy, comfortable place to rest their weary heads is essential for a happy pup. Whether it's a plush dog bed, a pile of blankets, or even just a designated spot on the couch, make sure your furry friend has a place where they can relax, recharge, and dream those doggy dreams. Okay, let's be real, dogs are basically furry little attention seekers, and they thrive on positive reinforcement. A pat on the head, a scratch behind the ears, a simple good boy or good girl, it all goes a long way in making them feel loved, appreciated, and eager to please. So next time your dog does something good, even if it's just sitting there looking cute, give them some love. They deserve it. Dogs are pack animals, remember? And in our world, their pack is their family. They want to be involved in everything from movie nights on the couch to road trips to the grocery store. And honestly, who can blame them? They thrive on love, attention, and feeling like they're part of something bigger than themselves. So include them in your life, make them feel loved, and I guarantee you'll have one happy pup. Okay, this one obviously depends on the dog and the child, because not all dogs are great with kids and vice versa. But for many dogs, especially those who have been raised around children, playing with kids is like a shot of pure energy and joy. Kids are unpredictable, they're playful, and they're always up for a game of fetch or tug of war. Just make sure you supervise all interactions between children and dogs. Teach kids how to interact with dogs safely, and everyone will be happy. Okay, this one might sound a little out there, but some dogs actually enjoy listening to music. Certain types of music, like classical or reggae, can have a calming effect on dogs, while others might prefer something a little more upbeat. Just pay attention to your dog's body language while you're playing music. If they seem relaxed and happy, great. If they seem stressed or anxious, maybe switch to a different genre or turn the music down. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully, you learned a thing or two about what makes those furry little weirdos wag their tails. Remember, dogs are simple creatures. They just want to play, eat, sleep, and be loved. So give them lots of love, and they'll give it right back to you tenfold. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fun and informative content about our furry friends. See you next time.